If you haven't been living under a flap of foreskin until now, you probably heard of the Far Cry games. Far Cry, as we know today, is a AAA open-world action FPS series set in exotic locations developed and published by Ubisoft. It hasn't always been open-world though. The first Far Cry was developed by Crytek. Back in the day, the game looked gorgeous with its open and detailed environments. At least, that's what I heard. I don't fucking know, I was busy playing Mega Man Zero on the GBA back in the day. I've been a casual fan of Far Cry since the third one, and I've played every main entry since, except for the first one. I enjoy them for what they are, sneaking around, popping dudes in the head, and be amazed at the batshit insane villain that comes with each game. Let's see if the original still holds up after all this time, and have some fun on a tropical island. The game starts with a pre-rendered cutscene. There's an island and a boat that got blown up in reverse. Then there's a woman and then she leaves for some reason. Now the boat gets blown up in real time. There's some cells. Oh no, wait, lava. What the fuck? Now the dude is jumping in the lava. Monsters. Good God, what is happening? Holy shit, get me out of here. I'm scared. Help me. Ah. Well, that was a trip and a half. Now we're in the first level. We play as Jack Carver, such a 80s action hero name. The story is pretty simple. There's a guy called Krieger on this island who's trying to make mutant super soldiers, and that can't happen. Now you have to find that lady, Val, and help her take the guy down. Not deep in any shape or form, but it didn't have to be. I'm here to pop dudes in the head, and that intro was confusing but also hype at the same time, so I'm in. We go through this underground facility thing, learning the controls when a scientist named Doyle radios us. He tells us to find Val. We get a gun and go outside into the beautiful sunny island. Damn, this feels like a Bethesda moment when you finally walk out of the sewers or vault. I mean, obviously there are some things that didn't age well, like the draw distance with the 2D grass, but for 2004, I can see why this would make some dudes jizz their pants. But enough talk, let's shoot some dudes. The gunplay feels different. They're not very accurate. It's hard to kill anything from hip fire unless you're crouching, zooming in, or both. Well, shit. That kinda... No, not kinda. This sucks dick! This means you can't run and gun. That's the most basic playstyle in an action-focused FPS, and there's none of it here. Oh my god. What is this game? What am I playing? The worst part is the enemies can take so much damage. It takes like half a clip from an assault rifle, so you either have to be patient and throw some lead, or aim for the heads, which is easier said than done because you have no idea what the AI will do. One moment they're brainless and does nothing, and then ass blast you to hell like you fucked their mother. Things get worse when you're in the bunker, where the Trigens are. They're basically mutant primates and humans. These little fuckers can jump kill you in a couple of hits, and the big boys have rocket launcher for an arm. At this point, the regular soldiers get armored up even more, so now they're also a pain in the anus. There's no stop to this massacre. The rockets! Oh, don't get me started on the fucking rockets! A dude with a rocket launcher always appears at the worst times. Get in a car, ready to leave the area, rocket. Step out the door, rocket. What have I ever done to him? It's not fair, and I don't think the game gives a shit. Okay, so running and gunning has varied results. Why not just stealth it? You can mark enemies, use silenced weapons, and have a visibility meter for a reason, right? No. Stealth is pointless unless you're in an open area like the jungle. Any other closed off, linear level, which is most of the game by the way, stealth is out the window. So if you shoot a dude and he doesn't die, the entire army is gonna rush your A faster than CS players rush B. Okay fine, the game is more realistic than your average shooter, nothing wrong with that. The thing is, it goes against the overall tone the game was going for. Let's look back at the intro. What do we see? Boats exploding, loud gunshots everywhere, fucking mutant monsters trying to fuck with you, Jack is running away from everything. Shit's wild. Does this look realistic to you? We have an 80s action movie plot along with some shitty voice acting and a story about taking an army of elite soldiers and mutants. This doesn't exactly look like Rainbow Six. For fuck's sake, there's a cowboy in a helicopter shooting rockets at me, dude. This is all on medium difficulty, by the way. Like, how did this happen? Speaking of helicopters, they're another type of enemy. There's a guy inside that shoots you with a machine gun. They're not hard to handle, but they come at the most inconvenient times. There's a section where you have to hang glide over to another area, but a chopper comes out of nowhere just to fuck with you. Like the group of soldiers in the bushes manning a turret behind cover isn't enough. Actually, the enemy placement in this game overall is a mess. There are many instances where you walk into an area and get instantly Robocop to death. How are you supposed to know there's so many guys there? Not on the first try. It's a lot of trial and error, and I wouldn't mind this so much if I could quick save. Surprisingly enough, there are bosses in this game. Also, they're not good. Mentioned before, there's the cowboy helicopter fight. You start the fight after you finish bombing a ship, and you have to shoot the chopper with rockets. That doesn't sound too bad, except for the fact that there's a limited supply of rockets, and there's a time limit because the ship's sinking. It's so hard to shoot the helo too with it moving all over the place. Man, I died so many times in this section, it's not even funny. If you're not accurate enough and run out of ammo, dead. If you're too slowed, dead. It's so unfair, dude. There's also Krieger, which is just... yeah. Actually, that's pretty funny. Okay, I know this sounds like a lot of bitching, but it gets really tiring when you're spending 8.5 hours with a game and all it has to give is bullshit. The concepts in this game, like the stealth, is not backed up with strong enough mechanics. The problems never fix itself, it's just torture all the way through. Every time before I start recording, I have to take a deep breath and hype myself up before entering this nightmare. So that's it, I'm done. Don't play this game. Go play the sequels instead. They all have their own problems, but they've expanded on the concepts from this one, and they're better because of that. Alright, that's all for me. Here's a montage of all the bullshit from the game. Enjoy!
在世上全沒趣味。